What's the deal? What's the deal? You already know what time it is. It's your boy Dank Sinatra. We back again. PolitiKan per usual. And I got the homie, man, DVR Darrion pulled up, man. What's the deal,
My
fool?
guy, and everything under the sun.
Yes, sir. He pulled up the politic with me one time. Yes, sir. So for DVR Darrion, tell everybody what you do as far as like your background, you know what I'm saying, why you here.
So for what everybody gets to see is I'm an artist. I make music. Sometimes I record my own music. Sometimes I don't. So recording artist, engineer, whatever you want to call it. At some point, you're gonna catch me making beats.
Yes, sir. So how long you been doing this music shit?
I started making music right when COVID hit, 2019.
So what's up? You just grabbed some equipment and said, "Fuck it,
I did.
I'm locked in the house. So might as well."
Yeah, so I was living in Vegas at that time. I had some equipment for YouTube, just for YouTube. So I had a cheap little like Yeti mic just for YouTube, trying to stream my like online Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, stuff like that. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try some music.
So COVID, man. Speaking of that, man,
Yeah.
a lot of people started a lot of shit during COVID, and then on the back end, now that we out of COVID, 95% of them niggas ain't doing the shit that they was doing during COVID. How did you continue on after COVID, and what?
Well, I'll be honest, COVID broke a lot of people, for real. It changed a lot of people, it bettered some people, but for me, um, I feel like I started it when times was getting rough. So I was like, okay, I'm going through it with anyways. Like when everybody was inside, I was in Vegas outside. So I just kept being outside. I didn't really let it affect me. But then a few years after, I took a little hiatus, and then now I'm back.
So did Vegas ever shut down during COVID?
They really shut it down for like one night. They turned the lights off for like one night. Yeah, we was shooting music videos on the strip during COVID.
Because it was just vacant.
It was nobody was there. They actually had like caution tape up. They wouldn't let you walk through, but we just walked through anyways.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So back out here in Cali, what prompted you to move to Vegas, and then what prompted you to move back to Cali?
Oh man, I mean I did that plenty of times. I keep it real with you. So like straight out of from the jump from high school, I went to UNLV. So really, I was just college kid type of shit at first, and then I came back home. I was trying to hoop at UNLV. That didn't work out. Went and hooped at a JUCO and back out here in Cali, and then I just ended up moving back to Vegas again, and then came back.
So when you went to UNLV, you went for hoop?
I did. Academics. I went for academics first. To be honest, I got an academic scholarship. I went and then tried to walk on the team because my last name, because it's a well-known thing at UNLV. So I tried to walk on the team with that, but that didn't work out for me.
So being academically gifted, how did that challenge you growing up? Because you know what I'm saying. And it was eighth grade for me.
Mhm.
I tested into the GATE program, and they pulled me out of regular classes and put me in GATE. And for me, I felt like it was a punishment
Oh
because
yeah.
nobody really explained to me, like, hey, you comprehend on a different level than they do, and this is why you need to be at a more advanced class and at a more advanced pace. So how did you deal with that
Uh,
growing up?
to be real with you, I struggled for a long time. It's not that I didn't know. I just didn't apply. I didn't have someone to tell me like, hey, this is important. You need to go ahead and attack that because it's gonna make sense for you in longevity. You know what I'm saying? But it really hit like sophomore year when I started getting serious like in the hoop. I was like, okay, I really want to stay out of trouble and you know what I'm saying, be out the way. Okay, here's a way to do it. I'm gonna go hoop, and then I'm gonna take all the AP classes I could take. So sophomore year, that's really when I jumped up there.
What high school did you go to?
I went to three different high schools. I went to
Why is
North.
that?
Man, just I lived where I could live at the moment. You feel me?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what high schools were they?
So I went to John W. North in Riverside, and then after that, I went to Tockwitz, San Jacinto, Hemet, yeah. and then I went to Paris. Went back to the, you know what I'm saying, where some of the most of my family is from.
So living in the IE and then moving to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Was that a big lifestyle change or lifestyle difference? How
Yeah.
did you deal with the pace of life going from here to here?
Oh yeah, it got serious. It got serious. It got serious. See, at that time I was doing completely different shit. Like, you know, at UNLV, all we doing is partying. We just partying from the jump. We just jumping out, you know what I'm saying? We in the dorm rooms doing crazy shit, playing beer pong, whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So transitioning out of college, once you knew that that wasn't like the end game no more, once you got out of college and got into the real world, do you think that the things you learned in school are actually applicable to real life?
Um, the only thing that really helped me was like me doing that extra math stuff to become like an electrician, to just level myself up in life. I did that for a minute, realized that obviously wasn't for me either, but it was a part of my journey. Yeah.
So I came from plumbing, so that was my trade.
Oh, okay.
I did plumbing
All
for
right.
5 years, so
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Learning how to read like blueprints and schematics to know where to put the pipes in the ground or put
Yeah.
the pipes in the wall or put the pipes in the ceiling. I thought that would be like a valuable skill, but then once I got out of that trade, it's like I'm
No
not
longer.
reading blueprints unless I'm an
No
architect.
longer. But I mean, it's just good for income wise, and just, you know, you important somewhere else.
hmm
Yeah.
So rap, like, are you taking rap seriously, or is it something that you do as a hobby? Like, how serious are you about your rap career?
Yeah, at first I wasn't serious, but now I'm the most serious I've been so far, throughout the whole journey of me making music, because I'm starting to learn more about my roots and, you know, whoever came before me. My grandfather, he's a he played the saxophone, so it's just kind of it's there.
hmm So, like, would you consider yourself a rapper? Or are you a singer, or what kind of music do you do?
So yeah, I guess either way, I'm a rapper, singer, artist. I can mix it up and go another way, take it pop. Um, but mainly, I want to focus on the like R&B crowd. Try to that's been my goal is to find my own sound in the R&B route. You know what I'm saying?
I like that
Yeah.
you already have your target audience. You know, that's half the battle is deciding who
Yeah.
you're going after. So now you can tailor your approach and your music and your rollouts to that crowd that you're trying to cater to. So I think that that's
Facts.
half the battle. So the fact that you got that figured out already, that's something that a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, is holding them back, honestly.
I mean,
And you know what I'm saying? They want whoever like their music to like their music instead of saying, "Hey, no, this is the crowd that
yeah,
I feed." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so you say that you engineers. Did you go to school for that, or did you just like pick up the equipment and learn along the way? Is it something that came naturally to you?
At first, it came natural, and but I honestly wasn't that good at first. But just being able to like remember which buttons to press fast enough and uh, figure out other people understanding their sound. I feel
hmm
like more so trying to understand their sound. I started to get good. Obviously, I just took a couple classes. I took the Pro Tools 101 class, and then I bumped up to the next couple classes on Pro Tools, and then I did from the jump beginning studio recording classes at a junior college. You know what I'm saying? I had how to get it some way, just to try to figure it out.
I asked that because for me, like everybody has that thing that they have that's like some people run high, some run fast, some people
Yeah,
jump high, some people could shoot the ball like Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody got different like skills. For me, my skill set is awareness. And for me that at first when I first discovered this, it was a real hard thing. Like, damn, God, why couldn't you just make me dunk on niggas like you did them niggas? Like, why you gonna give me the hard shit to
man,
use?
you
Like, how
ain't
I'm supposed to make
lie.
money off of that? Like,
You
you
ain't
know what
lie
I'm saying?
about that. Yeah, I'll be grateful though.
You know what
Be
I'm saying?
grateful though. Yeah.
I think that when we think of our gifts, the first thing we think of is how can we make money off of our gift. And just because your gift was given to you doesn't mean that that's how you make money. So when you said like being an electrician, you know, making a good living, that doesn't mean that you don't have that gift or that you don't know. Hey, maybe I wasn't gifted a gift that was going to make me financially stable. So
Right,
let me
right.
make sure that I have something in place to supplement for that, but not take away from the gift. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of people abandon the gift completely just so that they can make a living. You know what I'm saying? So the
Facts.
fact that you could juggle both, man, I commend you on that.
I appreciate that, man. For real, for real. You too, man. You know what's going on. You know what it is.
Hmm.
It's real work going on behind the scenes. People really don't know, but
For real,
it is what it is.
like I really should show my life more because sometimes, like right now, I'm on 7 days straight of work.
Woo.
I go into work Monday through Friday. I got to work from 6 a.m. to 2:30. I'm up at 5 a.m. 5 days a week.
Man,
So when they
man.
talk about the rich person's like routine, I literally live it. I'm up at 5 in the morning. The thing that I don't do is I don't use alarm clocks. I literally wake
Well,
up. Last
awareness.
night,
You going off the
last
aware.
we got back at. I got home 1 in the morning, but I knew I had to be up at 8, like nothing. Somehow my hunger for life just
Yeah.
8:08 that popped up. Hey, ready to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you find your purpose, it gives you a certain lust for life that you can't wait for the next day so you can get back to the work.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so what are you doing to enjoy the journey as you know what I'm saying, chase your dreams and your goals?
Man, I'm celebrating every win with my brothers, with my family, whoever it may be that's around me. I'm celebrating every single win. This right here, this is a win for me. I'm gonna go home and celebrate it. I'm gonna pop a bottle, whatever I gotta do just to make it be known. You know what I'm saying? And I keep the tabs on it. Got to keep the content. And people want to see that. So if you show it, then they know it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, as far as like content, how you go about like planning or releasing your content, you know, as far as like visuals, music, videos, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like, what's your approach to that whole game?
Yeah, man, I got a team of a few individuals that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them. And PolitiKan one of them for sure. But I just try to flood as much as I can. The problem is I go on that little break every once in a while. I go on that break and then I try to flood again, break, flood again. And I feel like that works for me because I'm like kind of low key. I just be chilling. I don't show too much of my lifestyle, and then I just show when I'm doing something sometimes.
So one thing that I'm trying to do is that it's hard to keep up with the content.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for
Content
real.
is so microwavable, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah,
So I don't like to like edit on the go. I'll let 10 projects pile up and I dedicate one day and I edit all them bitches in one day.
ooh,
Instead of every time I shoot some shit, go to edit. Every time I shoot, because if you do that, then you're constantly gonna be in this like, damn, I'm never gonna get it done.
yeah,
But if you
yeah.
just go home and be like, nigga, I got 3 more to shoot before I even start editing and shit.
Me,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I think that as a shooter, people always think that you're their only clientele. Do you
Hmm.
understand that, nigga?
Yeah,
Nigga, you're number
yeah,
15 right now, bro.
yeah.
I shot your shit two days ago, bro. You're not gonna see your video for a little bit. Now, if you want an expedited editing, that comes at an additional fee. And if you want your video in 7 days, there might be an extra 150. It might be an extra 250. Might be an extra 350, depending on my schedule.
Wait
So
your
I
turn.
can't give you a set rate on that because I might have 3 projects where I could expedite you. It ain't nothing. But I might have 10 projects where I'm like, bro, if you want expedited, you really gonna have to come out the pocket right now because I got other shit waiting and that I gotta work on that takes priority.
You got to deal with that a lot.
Yes, I think that a lot of people they don't know or understand that they just want they people are worried about themselves. To be honest with you, They're not worried about what you do or business, and I think that that's the problem with black people is that we don't put anything on paper when it comes to our own people. When you go to the white videographer, you'll sign the contract, you'll send the deposit.
It's an NDAs out.
You know what I'm
All type of
saying?
things
You'll
going
sign the disclosure. You'll do all of it. You agree to the terms. When they say 14-day turnaround, you won't even send them motherfuckers a text until day 14. But when it comes to a black person, oh no, you don't want to send no deposit. You want to communicate through text. You ain't want no contract. You know what I'm saying? It's like we try to get too comfortable with our own people with business, and I think that's why business goes south with each other so much. As a creator and as a videographer, one thing that I hate is I hate when motherfuckers say they told you some shit. You told me that shit 2 weeks ago, and then when we showed up to shoot it, now your ass got a whole different idea talking about, nah, I told you this. Nah, nigga, that's not what we talked about. So if we got it on paper, you know what I'm saying, it's clear cut. What we agreed upon is both signed and a deposit is paid. So do you take that approach to your music? Like when you get a feature, when you get that beat, do you take care of the business and the paperwork first?
Oh, yeah, sometimes it'll be like on the back end. If I'm doing like a feature and I gotta show up for the video, then I'm gonna get at you on that time. When I see you, I'm gonna see you. So yeah.
I think that a lot of artists, because they don't plan to or know when they're gonna drop, they try to save the money by not doing the paperwork.
Oh yeah.
And I think that that's letting, without saying it out loud, that's letting the people know that you don't believe in the product that you just created.
Oh yeah.
So then it's like, how am I gonna believe in you as an artist when you showing me you don't believe in yourself because you're not even getting your paperwork right?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these artists, they're not getting their music mixed and mastered. And they haven't even taught themselves how to engineer properly.
And go back one time, elaborate on the paperwork so they know.
So first of all, it's a split.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as far as ownership on the back end, you have to decide what percentage each person involved in a record is gonna get, and that is called a split sheet. Now you should have a split sheet for every time that you go to the record something, so that everybody in that session signs that split sheet and gets their credit and their split. So that if a hit is made in that room that night, later on when it becomes lucrative and the money's coming in, y'all niggas not deciding on, because if you don't, whatever artist, they get to decide whatever crumbs they get to get.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of good relationships are ruined, because the business wasn't handled in the front. You look at the Joe Budden podcast. Them niggas was getting paid a salary, but then once Joe Budden started to get money, they're like, oh, nah, well, we want to be partners. But he's like, no, you guys took the salary. The moment that you took the salary, you guys became employees, not investors.
That part.
So you get paid as an employee, not an investor. If that's what you wanted, you needed to speak that from the front. Same thing with I Am Athlete. If you want to get a salary, you can get paid a salary. But if you want to be an investor, you have to put your money up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as an independent artist, how do you feel about putting your own money up for the shit that you need? Like music videos, like, you know what I'm saying? Just the image. Oh, yeah. The image by itself is a bill in itself. You know what I'm saying? So how you go about like having a budget, and what thought do you put into building your image that you want people to see?
I mean, well, the image is just me, so it's just the way the persona, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not too much alter ego. It's just a persona. It's really just me. But as far as investing into the craft, yeah, man, you gotta do it. You won't get too much far. You gotta pay for the marketing. You gotta get the content. Any reels in. Cameraman gotta get paid. Engineer gotta get paid if you're recording music. You gotta pay for mix and mastering.
You see, but that right there becomes tricky when it comes to teams.
Yeah.
Because you'll have an engineer homie, so you'll try not to pay him, but you'll pay every other engineer. You'll have a cameraman homie, You'll try not to pay him,
Yeah.
but you'll pay every other cameraman.
Yeah.
So is it a lot of times as an engineer and a cameraman, it's better for you to be solo than part of a team because you fall into that wormhole of motherfuckers always trying to barter for services. No, you will pay that nigga 300, but because I'm here, you don't want to pay me 300. No, you need. If anything, you need to pay me more than you'll pay that nigga because I'm your homie.
Oh yeah.
I'm investing in you more than that cameraman. He don't give a fuck about your product. He don't give a fuck about your career. He gonna take your money. He gonna make the content out of it, and he gonna. But for a friend, I'm gonna sit at the editing bay with you. I'm gonna make as many revisions. I'm gonna try to make this as much of your vision come to true or come to light as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of relationships, like friends and business, don't mix. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, to a certain extent, for sure. To a certain extent.
Have you had anything that happened where you was like, you know what, I'd rather do business with strangers?
I mean, I only really did business with strangers, you know. So I used to do MMA. So I trained jujitsu a lot. I had a jujitsu rash guard brand with one of the teammates I trained jujitsu with. And I had two other guys. I had a graphic designer and an investor, and I was like the face, the guy that made all the sales and walking marketing guy. You know what I'm saying? But where you feel like you're the only person doing something. You're like, you're not really doing nothing. I started making logos by myself. You like, okay, let me step back. I should start my own stuff, right? Just do it by myself. Type vibes.
So how important is a team then? How do you go about formulating a team that actually works as a team? From your experience so far.
Real individuals, down to earth individuals, people that understand. Really, to me, that's what it is to me.
So as far as like your rap career,
Yeah.
what is the end game? If you made it all the way to the end and you got everything that you was looking for out of this industry, what does that look like for DVR Darrion?
I'm ducked off on an island, getting fed grapes.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a famous
water.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Sure.
a famous quote that say, "Some people hustle to be seen. I hustle to disappear." You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a great mentality. Is that I'm doing this for the business side of it, not the fame, not the lifestyle. I think a lot of them get stuck in a lifestyle and get stuck in I'm me type of mentality that they lose sight of the craft of music.
You gotta make it look like something, and you get stuck in that, and you're just trapped in the world of making it look like something.
Mm-hmm. So as far as like social media, Instagram,
Yeah.
how big are you on social media? Is it something like, are you on TikTok? Or it's a lot of like artists and entertainers that they're constantly on like 5 different social media platforms. What is your experience with social media? Are you big on it? Is it just a tool that you use? Like, how do you feel about social media?
I wouldn't say big, but Instagram for sure. I couldn't really do anything else. TikTok, I'm not the guy to get up there and dance in front of the camera and then post it. I could try it, but I feel like it don't work out for me. But Instagram, just posting fly pictures, getting fly in nice locations. That's how it works out for me.
So it's the first quarter of 2024.
Yeah.
What new music you got out right now that the people need to check out, and what's your plans for the rest of the year?
Okay, yeah. So at the end of 2023, I dropped Trophy. Got a feature on that. It's on all platforms. And then coming right in, I dropped Patient, that DVR in the sky for the cover art. You can go look that up on all platforms.
So what's coming up next? What you got planned next?
So I'm gonna keep flooding with the waterfall effect. I'm gonna keep flooding with singles, more singles to gain more listeners. and then more content with the singles, videos, music videos.
Now you hear the concept or the word flood from so many artists, especially on the West Coast right
Yeah.
now. What is this flood like epidemic? Like, who flooded that was successful that made everybody believe that this was the way to go about things?
La Russell. La Russell.
So that whole thing is just like, can you elaborate on that more?
Um,
What exactly did he do?
I mean, man, the content is just it just goes a new piece. You go to sleep, it's a new piece. In the middle of the day, it's a new piece of content. So he's just constantly posting on whatever every single platform he has. So I know it's reels everywhere, it's pictures, it's music videos going out. It might be another podcast interview here. Just just not leaving any money on the floor, basically, when it comes to content.
So performances, have you performed? Like, are you big on performances, or are you really trying to like get your image and everything together as an artist? What point are you in your career?
So yeah, I have performed, but I was at the point where like I don't really want to do performances. I want to keep it low key. It just didn't make sense. I thought I could do some Travis Scott type stuff, pop out later on, but yeah, I did a couple performances. I had Media Madness with PolitiKan, you know what I'm saying? I performed in the Bay a couple times. Yeah, went on tour in Europe, all that.
So how was like how was the nerves getting up on stage, looking out at people, whether it's 10 people or 100 people? The feeling is the same. So it's
Um,
like, how did
yeah,
you deal with the nerves of getting up there and performing for people?
uh, yeah, I'll be real calm, man. I'm just calm about everything. I just chill and let it go, let it take me where it's gonna go. So when it's time to turn it up, I'll be able to turn it up.
So, what would you say out of your performances? What was the that track that got people the best response? You know, when you were performing, like you
Um,
performed different tracks. What was that one track when you performed and everybody was like, "Hey, bro, I'm fucking with that one."
yeah. So the first track was a track that's no longer out. As we was talking about paperwork earlier, I had to learn my lesson the hard way. But most recently is that patient track. I started performing it unreleased, and it got a little traction off just being performed. The live performances off the rip, you know, that's been the track.
So, what's your thoughts on all these hanging mic platforms and all that? You think it's dope, or do you think it's oversaturated?
Um, Everything ends up getting oversaturated by the time people figure it out. But right now, it's still hot. It's a smooth thing to keep for people to keep doing, especially like you got the stylish mics out there. It's a nice aesthetic. But you go outside, inside. As long as you got the right location, it's gonna look good.
So, like recording, you say you engineer, you record yourself.
Yes, sir.
What does a session look like for DVR Darrion? Do you need like a quietness? Do you need like a beats pre-selected? Like, what is the requirement for DVR Darrion to have a successful recording session?
You gotta be dope, and you just gotta be, you gotta be vibrant. Your energy gotta be right. You just gotta come with the, you
'Cause,
just ain't come correct.
like
Yeah,
some artists, they only want 1, 2 people in the studio. They want to keep it minimal. Other artists, they want 10, 15 motherfuckers in the studio.
yeah,
They want the party atmosphere.
yeah.
What is it for you?
I'll probably have one other artist, and that artist probably won't even be recording that night. He probably
Just there to
just
critique
pull it up
you?
because that's my dog, and he want to hear what I'm making. You feel me?
Hmm.
Or if he be like, I'll take constructive criticism real fast. I don't have no problem with it. If you could tell me, hey man, that don't sound right, I'ma appreciate you so much for it, because
Hmm.
the world gonna hear it. So if you hear something wrong right now, tell me. Let me know. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, before we get up out of here, man, go ahead and tell the people where they can find your latest single and where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, it's DVR DARRION DVR Darrion on all platforms. Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at that, and then with a space DVR caps space Darrion DARRION. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal Music, YouTube Music. I'm on all that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you heard the man DVR Darrion. Go check that boy out, man. We
Yeah.
ain't playing no games.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Top of 2024, man. Trying to hit niggas over the head. You know what I'm saying? So put your helmet on. Cause I'm finna knock niggas' heads off, man. I don't know about y'all, man, but politic and broadcasting, man, we finna take this shit over, man. It's time to get to it. I don't know what you gonna do with your life, but I'm gonna get to it, man. Politicking per usual.
Yeah.
DVR Darrion, another one.
Yeah.
We out.